Hey, what's going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, the Indianapolis Colts have just made another signing. They add to their offensive tackle depth. They sign offensive tackle Dennis Kelly, 9-year vet in the league. Kelly spent time with the Green Bay Packers, with the Tennessee Titans, with a few other teams as well. He's been around the league a good amount of time. And I think instant reaction to this, obviously, the Colts hosted him last week before the draft, the week before the draft. They hosted Dennis Kelly. We weren't sure with the selection of Bernhard Raimann if they were going to go tackle, if they were just bringing him in case Raimann wasn't there. But it seems like the Colts were not done at offensive tackle. And now you look at the quality of offensive line they have in terms of depth. I mean, regardless of who your left tackle is, whether it is, Matt Pryor, whether it is Bernhard Raimann, whether it is Dennis Kelly, I think one thing's for certain, your tackle depth certainly looks great. And the good thing is Kelly's had some experience at both. He's played both left and right tackle at certain points. So overall, I like this signing. I don't think Kelly's necessarily going to be a full-on starter, but I do think he's going to be a quality 6th or 7th offensive lineman. And, in today's NFL especially, we know how difficult it can be to find quality tackle depth, right? I mean, look no further than a couple seasons ago when the Colts were really struggling, when Costanzo and Braden Smith both went down. They had Chaz Greenhill or Raven Clark out there, and you can point to some games where that really, really impacted them, what they could do offensively. So overall, I really like what the Colts have done here in terms of depth, right? I mean, they got, let's just call it what it is. They got lucky with the Matt Pryor trade last year. And they even had to suffer some games with Julian Davenport at left tackle. And as he's done with safety, it seems like Chris Ballard and, the Colts organization have made it a pact, made a promise to themselves that they were never going to have to do that again and put themselves in that kind of situation again. So, in terms of, depth, he's, the most veteran guy that the Colts now have on their offensive line in Kelly. And I just think he offers you some versatility on that offensive line that you really need, both at left and right tackle, because Braden Smith did miss some time last year. Matt Pryor had to step in, and I thought did a pretty good job. But what happens again, if two offensive linemen go down, I know that's kind of crazy, but we've seen crazier with this team in terms of injuries and stuff with COVID and just anything and everything in between. You need an emergency tackle. You need a guy that can go in and step in and play some competent football for you. Now, Dennis Kelly, not the best tackle in the world, but he's a really decent player, I feel like, and a really quality player at this point in free agency for the Colts to get. So overall impression, I really like this signing. I really think it's good. And say a guy like Danny Pinter goes down and you don't think Bernhard Raimann's ready yet, boom, plug in Dennis Kelly at left tackle, right? Because Matt Pryor can play guard as well. So it just offers you a lot of versatility for a lot of uncertain potential scenarios for this team. So overall, guys, I like this signing. Don't love this signing because, it's just late into free agency. I think there are some other signings that are going to make a little bit more of an impact on this team, but you're only one injury away from Dennis Kelly being extremely important for this team and for this offensive line and for Matt Ryan. So let me know, guys, what your thoughts are on this signing. Do you like this signing? What are your thoughts? Do you think he adds some more tackle depth? Do you think he has a chance to potentially compete at left tackle with Raimann and with Matt Pryor? Let me know in the comments below, but that'll do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate all your support over the course of draft season, of the course of the off season. And now, guys, we're kind of entering that dead period a little bit. So really appreciate you. But we're going to continue to crank out the content, even though, it may be a little bit of a slower time in the off season. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, guys, take care and go Colts.